All right, y'all. I'm watching this game. Well, y'all know the truth. I'm not watching this game. The 76ers and Miami. Y'all know I'm not watching this game, but I just wanted to mention that I'm looking at the game, and Joel Embiid is playing, which I think that's a bad idea for Joel Embiid to play. Let the series end. You just get swept in peace without getting out here trying. I'm a big fan of giving up, but anyway, it's so bad he done took off the mask, y'all. The Does Philadelphia really believe they can win this series with James Harden on their team? I don't know. But anyway, man, I saw some things I liked. I saw JJ Redick. JJ Redick is a YouTuber like us, all right? That's where I know him from. I hope y'all don't know him from anywhere else, but that's where I know him from. So JJ Redick showing us that YouTube can make dreams come true because he's on TV right now. Actually commentating, and I ain't talking about on ESPN. I'm talking about he's at the game live commentating. So y'all, y'all might see me out there one day. I'm not amused, but enough James Harden and PJ Tucker. Well, me and Leo were talking about PJ Tucker. So I'm looking at this man's name, but enough James Harden and Joel Embiid talk, y'all. I really just got on to say my thoughts on just to say my thoughts on Dillon Brooks getting ejected or suspended for Game 3 tomorrow for the Warriors. Now, honestly, I don't believe that the Warriors would have lost that game if Gary Payton Jr. didn't get injured. And people don't talk about it. They should. But I think that Ja Morant only scored 47 points because the personnel supposed to be defending him, Gary Payton Jr., was out. And I just noticed that Andrew Wiggins can't guard him and what's the dude named? Jalen something. They big man. You got all right. So the Golden State Warriors defense is Andre Iguodala's out. So the defense is Gary Payton, Andrew Wiggins, and Draymond Green. And with Draymond Green, I think that's a pretty good defender, but I wouldn't put him on Ja Morant. Put him on a big man. Andrew Wiggins, I think you can put Andrew Wiggins on anybody. But with Gary Payton Jr. out, or Gary Payton the second, whatever, out, that puts Andrew Wiggins on him. And, I'm saying, sometimes there'll be Steph or whatever. But I don't think Klay Thompson is what he used to be, all right? I don't think we don't want to talk about it because I'm going to go and stay Warriors fan, y'all. But let's just be honest with ourselves. We getting away with Klay Thompson off hype alone, all right? We watching this man play. Who we see in front of us is who we have. That is Klay Thompson. It is what it is. It's almost like if y'all were fans back in the day, like in 2018, when the Warriors were playing the Toronto Raptors, and you had to sit there and watch them lose that series. Sean Livingston was a monster just a playoffs before. But in 1 year, he aged. The same conversation they have about LeBron James aging. And even though you say you see it, the truth is you don't see it. And it's the same thing you can say about Chris Paul. You could say he's aging, but he's hard to tell when the man is scoring 18 points in one quarter. All right, so I'm just putting it out there that Dillon Brooks getting suspended, although that does hurt Memphis, losing Gary Payton II is too big to balance it. Gary Payton and Dillon Brooks. Golden State, in my opinion, needs Gary Payton more. And I was looking at how long that could take. I'm hearing he could possibly return in a month, but you'd have to be in the finals to make it that long, right? I mean, y'all in the comment section help me out. Carry me, I'm drowning in this conversation, but I'm just putting my thoughts out there. I don't write a script or anything when I record. I just push record and start talking. But going forward, I do believe the Warriors will win this series. I don't think it's really going to be a long series. I think if it goes 6 games, that's kind of long. I think the Warriors should be able to knock out the two at homes, and then win, one of the next two and put them out in 6. But I do worry about the Suns. Now I got on here, may have been last week, and I said that the Warriors would only need to worry about the. I felt like they only need to worry about the Bucks, the Celtics, or the Miami Heat. All right, I'm completely written off the 76ers. I just want to talk about Joel Embiid and his health. I feel like if a man got a concussion, he shouldn't take the mask off. Even though I know that he's wearing the mask for the orbital injury, but in my opinion, a man with a concussion and the lights and fans and stuff, I just don't think it's worth it. Coming back for game 4, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have said nothing, but coming back for game 3 just because they're down 0-2, I say, let them lose. Don't play no games. Protect your player. Because I don't think you can build us whoa, I went off topic, but I don't think you can build a team off James Harden. So protect your player. Protect Joel Embiid, and in the offseason trade James. In the offseason trade James Harden. But anyway, back to the path to the finals. I don't think the Warriors can get by the Suns without Gary Payton Jr. That's crazy that you need Gary Payton Jr., but he is your defense. Now, I guess it's possible Andre Iguodala could come back, but I know they ruled Andre Iguodala out for the rest of the series. And I don't know what's going on with his neck, but let's just say, what if he comes back and he's like Klay Thompson or Sean Livingston, just out there in name only. I hate to write Klay Thompson off, though. Maybe we get more out of Klay, but I don't think defense is for him anymore, and I don't think he's going to be giving y'all 30, 40-point games in the playoffs. Possible, but I don't believe it'll happen. I like the Golden State Warriors. I hate to be so negative about them, but I also like to prepare myself for what I'm really looking at in the reality of an outcome. And y'all know I got a lot of respect and a lot of expectations for Jordan Poole. And I do feel like Steph is still Steph per se. Him missing free throws is mighty scary, but Steph Curry is still Steph Curry. But I mean, that hammy didn't slow Devin Booker down at all. So, but it's a hamstring, and you got Chris Paul with hamstring problems. Not that I'm wishing injuries on people, but I'm just saying you might not have two healthy teams versus. Golden State at that point wouldn't be healthy, but you might not have a healthy Suns depending on how long the Mavericks can draw this series out. But y'all, if we being real, just really real with ourselves, the Mavericks ain't got the team to take this into a 7-game series. I don't think the Suns will take any longer than 5 games to put the Mavericks out. But anyway, like I ran off at the mouth without even talking about what I got on here to talk about, was the Dillon Brooks getting suspended. With Dillon Brooks getting suspended, that foul, in my opinion, was pretty dirty. I think moving forward, all right, I was always a big fan of, if somebody's on a fast break, I get the hard foul because you don't want one person to score, but you're risking the and one. The whole point is to stop the and one. But I do think when they did the clear path foul, when they made that into basically the same thing as a flagrant foul where you get 2 free throws and the ball back, I like that because it discouraged players from, slowing down the game. You already have a fast break, let the man score, let's move on. And on top of that, you might get a flashy dunk, which is, fan service. So if you're going to, and I don't know if they're going to suspend Dillon Brooks because Gary Payton got injured or because you want to crack down on fouls that just are not, they're not attempts at the ball. But for whatever reason, if you're going to crack down on those fouls, I think that it's a good idea if it is to crack down on fouls that are not, you're not taking into a player's safety into consideration. Now, when Draymond Green grabbed the dude's jersey, it didn't look like he could get hurt off that. So I'm gonna say that Draymond Green had the man's safety in mind. He snatched him out the air, yes, but he didn't snatch him to the ground. If you watch him, it's the wrong screen, but he grabbed him and he pulled him down to arm straight length. But the dude kept falling. That's why Draymond Green had to catch him. It, it was a dirty snatch, but it wasn't a dirty play as in I'm trying to hurt this man. It was like an intimidating foul. It was a foul to get in his head. I just controlled you. You know what I'm saying? So, but that did seem kind of biased. But anyway, those are my thoughts real quick on Dillon Brooks. I like Gary Payton Jr. So to see him get injured in the first 3 minutes of the game was rough. I didn't do a video because I've just been super lazy lately. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? The man's injured, and I mean you can't change time. It just is what it is. So, Golden State got to move forward, and I think Golden State offense is the only thing killing them. If they can make more than 18% on threes or stop taking threes, hey, look, I understand that you can't shoot better than 18%. I play 2K. So I'm like, just stop shooting threes and win it, legit. Like they used to teach me when I played Street Fighter, stop using gimmicks, So shooting threes it's a lazy shot. If you're just being honest with yourself, they give you an open three. Just like if I play somebody in a gym, I'm not gonna guard you at three because I'm lazy and I'm hoping you miss. You're taking the lazy out by shooting it. So if Golden State would either stop shooting threes or make them, you have no control over making them, but you do have the choice to not shoot the shot that they're giving you and force some offense on them. Because the cuts, all that stuff was working. So, I mean, just points in the paint. Memphis had no answer for that. So why stop? I keep rambling. Anyway, I do feel like Golden State can win this series even without Gary Payton Jr. I do believe they could beat the Suns, but as the Suns are playing now, I don't think they will. And even though I say I think they could, the Suns could sweep them. This is what it is, Suns are good. It'd be an honor to get swept by the Suns. I'd love to get swept by the Suns. Peace out.